Hello everybody, welcome back to Killer Film Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the film Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore. Let's get into our cast, shall we? We have Eddie Redmayne as Newt Scamander, Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore, Ezra Miller as Credence Barebone, Dan Fogler as Jacob Kowalski, Cara Mahoney as Waitress, Mads Mikkelsen as Gellert Grindelwald, Catherine Watterson as Tina Goldstein, Poppy Corby-Touche as Venda Rossier, Maja Bloom as Caro, Paulo Hang as Zabini. Let's see here, Alison Sudol as Queenie Goldstein, Callan Turner as Theseus Scamander, Richard Coyle as Aberforth, Jessica Williams as Yuli Lally Hicks, William Scalding as Frank Doyle. Where's that talented? Basically, this film focuses on kind of like a little bit of a endangered species in the wizarding world called the Chillin. You basically start out the film, spoilers of course, with Newt Scamander trying to protect this Chillin because there's an upcoming wizarding election for the next Minister of Magic. At least that's what I understand the election to be, pretty much. Chillin is supposed to decide who's a worthy and pure-hearted leader, pretty much. Kind of how the Matrix of leadership chooses the next prime, in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Transformers reference in a wizarding video. Alright, let's see here, yeah. Basically, Newt is able to save one of the Chones, but the other Chone he's not able to save. Gellert Grindelwald pretty much gets there before he can with his little goons. They take it away. This film, from what I can surmise, is set during the 1930s at some point. The next one undoubtedly will probably take place towards the later 30s and toward the early 40s, so you're probably going to see World War II action in the next Harry Potter film here, the next Fantastic Beasts film, I should say. Let's see here. They do focus a little bit on Jacob and his sorrow over not having Queenie around toward the start of things, pretty much. Eventually the Lucky gets him to turn around and help him, pretty much. It's a very, very interesting character, being like a kind of like I think she is like a historian kind of for the wizarding world in some ways. Very much into the books, very talented character. Lally. Her name's Lally. Let's get that right. Newt and his gang pretty much have to all split up. You pretty much don't understand what the plot is. I mean, I like the movie because there are a lot of funny scenes in it, but the plot just wasn't really that clear at the start of it. This movie is like one you have to watch a second time around to really understand the plot, really. A lot of cool scenes where they have like the little dancing scene with the little scorpion spider things, which was pretty funny. This is the point where Theseus gets captured and they have to save Theseus. You have like this unbreakable love charm, which is something from the last movie, pretty much. Basically, Albus and Gellert Grindelwald can't move against each other at all because of the charm itself will detect the intentions in the heart and all that. I mean, the opening scene, like, before you get to Newt, there's a scene where Albus is in like that French cafe from the second film, pretty much. And him and Grindelwald are talking, and then Grindelwald basically causes everything to burn, and Albus wakes up or whatever. You finally learn that Credence You learn that Credence was the son of Aberforth and another woman, pretty much, and that he's slowly dying. There's been things going on IRL with Ezra Miller, of course, that may prevent him from returning for future entries in the series, depending on the outcome of said things. But another actor that has to be addressed, of course, is Johnny Depp, pretty much, because Johnny Depp's got a big trial with Amber Heard that's going on as we speak. Now, mainstream media, of course, is trying to portray her as the victim, but when you watch the actual trial itself, it's pretty clear that Amber's pretty much lying to everybody, trying to get her way, pretty much. I have respect for the Me Too movement in all regards, but I don't think Amber's being honest with the jury. I don't think she was abused by Johnny. I think Johnny is telling the truth to everybody. Johnny Depp's telling the truth, and that should be said. As for if he'll appear in a future entry for this series, I doubt it. I think he's going to be done with the franchises that pretty much cut ties with him. Even Pirates of the Caribbean, he's not coming back for, because Disney basically just dropped him the second one piece of bad publicity dropped from Amber Heard. It's unfortunate that these things are just instantaneously believed without some fact checkers or people actually looking into the claims themselves. Back to the movie, though. You do get Hogwarts in here a little bit. You get to see the Room of Requirement in the film as well, which is a nice callback to the original films. Let's see here. Grindelwald basically takes the other Chillin that Newt failed to save, pretty much, and he keeps reanimating it and keeps getting glimpses of the future by reanimating it or whatever. He soaks in the blood or whatever. Mads Mikkelsen, it is not a bad replacement for Johnny, but in all our hearts, I'm sure we want Johnny to come back to the role. Maybe by some miracle he can, but only the future can tell us that, so yeah. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of moments in this film that kind of call back to 1930s Germany in some ways, with a certain person that rules the power during that time. It caused World War II. You can't really say his name because it's a taboo in the algorithm, pretty much. You kind of get that sense with the main settings kind of taking place a lot in Berlin. They're in Berlin for most of the film here. They travel around a little bit. There's a whole heist plot towards the end where they have 6 suitcases. You don't know which one contains the Chillin, because throughout the film they're working on different assignments to work toward this final plan of getting the Chillin there to choose the right Minister of Magic. I'm saying, for everything, because Mr. Magic sets policies and so forth. They go around the 6 suitcases that Newt's assistant basically helps him get. Newt has no knowledge of what Albus is planning, of course. Albus and Grindelwald have a final duel, of course, where Gillet's trying to get rid of the Chillin, pretty much, and where Albus is trying to stop that, and in that ensuing struggle, the unbreakable love charm basically breaks. It was a pretty interesting ending, I would say. The film's confusing. I would say people are gonna probably have to watch it a second time to really understand the plot of what was going on in it. Had a lot of funny moments with the little animals and all that. Little magical animals had their little funny moments and was funny. This film made me laugh quite a bit. They succeeded in that. Honestly, I'm gonna have to sit there and probably tune in for the last couple of entries for this movie series and just see it all the way through, I think, at this point. And yeah, I don't know where the film franchise is going to go at this point. Basically, it's hinging on the success of the Secrets of Dumbledore because Crimes of Grindelwald didn't do so well in the box office. It has a lower rating than Secrets of Dumbledore when you look at everything. It's kind of going back and forth myself at what to rate this, and I basically settled on like 5.7 out of 10 because there's things that help this film along, like the good comedy, but what hinders this film is the plot development and it being all over the place, like a find and seek quest sort of a thing for parts of it. But I think that we will see a 4th and 5th entry eventually in this movie series, and I have all the respect to the talented people that work behind the scenes to bring the magic to life and the actors and actresses themselves. They did do a good job with this. I feel like the script was a lot better than the Crimes of Grindelwald. I'll probably revisit Crimes of Grindelwald at some point and rewatch Fantastic Beasts 1 and get reviews on those out eventually here. But it's all a mess, you know. I can say on a positive note that, you know, seeing Queenie and Jacob reunited, that was really one of the moments of the film that I thought was cool. Also, the duel between Albus and Grindelwald toward the end was nice. I don't really have much to say negative about it besides the plot being all over the place. It's really what holds back the film is the plot being all over the place. If they could just take time when they eventually get on the next film to focus more on plot flow and making sure that everything actually makes sense, that would be good. As for the cast themselves, I think they did a fantastic job. But what held this film back for me was plot. The plot was all over the place, and you didn't really get a good sense of what was happening. They should just take time to develop a good, cohesive plot that flows like they did with the first film, the first Fantastic Beasts. That's what they should use as their example. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you on the next killer film review. Still figuring out what that's going to be. But anyways, take care. I appreciate all of you a lot. Thank you. See you on the next one.